Hey friends, it's Missy. Thanks so much for joining me again today. I'm back with another layout for the Hip Kit Club, and I'm using the 2017 August kits for this. And if you've gotten the kits, then you know that it is full of the carousel collection from Maggie Holmes. And so I thought I would challenge myself to use up some of these really large embellishments and go with the theme that this was made for. Well, I'm going to sort of interpret it in my own way. I'm going to make a family circus layout, and look at this picture. This is too funny. This is our real life. This is basically us trying to get a picture with all four of us all the time. Somebody's jumping up and down, someone's bending down, someone's face is fuzzy, someone's eyes are closed. And so I've just learned to embrace those moments, and those have become my favorite pictures. And I don't care that they're not perfect, because they are us, they are real. And basically, yeah, our life is just like a big circus. And so I thought, hey, let's make a family circus layout. So this is a cut file that Kim Watson designed. It's this beautiful carousel with a horse. And so it's totally unlike what I usually do. This whole layout turns out to be totally different than my usual style. And I enjoyed working on it. I enjoyed doing it. It's just very different. But I wanted to take a challenge and do something a little different out of my comfort zone. And so I cut this as big as I could on some white cardstock, and I'm going to back some of the open spots. I'm just going through, different papers from the main kit and the paper kit. And this is going to be sort of a light color scheme. I'm going to use my favorite colors, which are yellow, teal, and pink. But it's going to be sort of a light colored layout, a lot of white, and a couple pops of bright pink. So yeah, I hope you guys like this, because it's definitely different than my usual type of layout, but I wanted to use up some of those big carousel circus themed animals. There's some in the ephemera pack, there's some on the sticker sheet, and there's some on the chipboard 12 by 12 sheet. And when I first saw this, I thought, this is so pretty, but how am I going to use this? I just didn't know if I would be able to make it work until I just thought, hey, let's do it this way. I did some machine stitching around the tent up at the top, and then a little bit on the bottom part there. So to jazz up all this white, it's so white, and I like it, but I just feel like it's just too much white. So I took the pink spray from Shimmers that comes in the color kit and put some on some plastic, and I'm going to dab my brush into it and just sort of go around the edges and kind of smudge it with my fingers just to give it a little bit of a pink shadow. And it's going to kind of, give the edges a little something extra so it's not so white. And the pink is a colorings, and it's called Pretty in Pink, and it's a very, very pretty pink color. And I'm going to use white cardstock as my background also, so I'm going to try my best to jazz that up as well. I wanted to add some gold because I thought gold would be a pretty touch to this, and so I'm pulling out some Heidi Swapp Gold Color Shine from my stash and just adding some little pops of gold there. So now comes the work on the background. I just want to get some color down because that cut file is really big, and my picture's kind of big too, and so a lot of this is going to be covered up, and I just kind of keep adding paint to the background using some plastic packaging and some splatters, and then I bring the carousel back over and see how it looks. Now that yellow is also from the color kit this month, and it is a Creamies. It's called Daffodil, and I just stuck my finger in it. I thought it was dry. Nope, it's still wet. Now I have a yellow finger, but that's okay. The more color on your hands, the better, right? So I'm going to add the yellow, I'm going to add some of the pink, and I just wanted something on the background so it's, like I said before, so it's not just so white. I don't think I can handle all of the white, so I have to add color. That would be a true challenge for me, to make a layout with a lot of white. The aqua color that I just added is from several color kits ago. It's also a colorings. It's called Well Blew Me Down. And it's the perfect mix. So I think I've got my background done. Now I already knew that I was going to cover up that white horse. I actually wind up cutting it out because a lot of things are going to go on top of it, you're not going to be able to see it anyway. So I want to put my picture over to the right. I didn't want everything to be so centered. So I put the picture over to the right, and then I bring in a sticker, which is that unicorn, and then a chipboard zebra. And I sort of, they're going to go right where they are now. I wasn't sure, but that's where they wind up. And then I'm going to tuck in some more embellishments. So this is kind of a scene, but it still has random bits and pieces kind of tucked in here and there. Like I'm going to use that black and white tint just because I like it. I like the pop of black, and I've got the zebra over on the left. It's also got some black and white. And then I'm going to layer in that cute little tickets piece also. And I'm going to use the bingo card as a layer behind the picture so you can see the really pretty glittery gold around the edges. I can't have everything centered and super straight. I have to have some crooked elements just because that's how my brain works, and I just wanted some things to be kind of off center. So a lot of the embellishments like I'm doing here, I'm going to tuck in over behind the picture. I'm going to tuck in another gold glittery frame, that ice cream, that circle at the top that says little things, and everything just matched so well. I know a lot of it is, basically all of it, is from the same collection, so naturally it's going to match and coordinate. And so this actually came together pretty fast, which for me is a good thing because I usually take forever to get a layout done. And I'm going to look through several of the pieces here. My thought now is, what am I going to use as a title and where is it going to go? Because I wanted to have the words Family Circus on here somewhere, since that's kind of the play on the theme that I'm going with. But I also wanted to use up some of those alpha stickers that are on the puffy sheet from this collection. So, I mean, my title's not super creative. It's going to be Love My Family Circus, but I wanted to have that term Family Circus on there just to sort of reiterate what my message is that I'm trying to get across based on this silly picture. So I'm going to mix and match the alphas again. I did that last week and it was really fun to do, and there's so many alphas, I need to use them. And so I'm going to play around here for a little bit, and I'm going to use the foam metallic gold thickers down at the bottom for Circus, and then these two-tone pink and gold puffy alphas are exclusives to Hip Kit this month. And I really didn't have anywhere else to put the title. I mean, it pretty much had to go in that open spot because I felt like if I overlapped any part of the actual carousel part, the tent, or the bottom part, that it would just look too busy and too messy. So that's where my title's going to go. I don't love it, but that's where it's going to go. There's really nowhere else for it. And like I said from the beginning, this is a totally different layout for me. This is a lot of things. You know, I'm taking up a lot of space here, and but I like how it looks. It was fun to do. I cut out some of the hearts from the washi tape, and that's from Simple Stories, and stuck those around the page. And then I'm going to go back with my glue and make sure all of those stickers are glued down, because I did add paint to my background, and for whatever reason, usually stickers and thickers and things like that don't like to stick unless it's just straight to plain paper. So I want to make sure everything is glued down. I am going to fight with this gold thread because the texture of it is a lot different than the cotton thread, and so it doesn't want to loop around like I want it, so I have to mess with it. Now I did some more stitching with the gold. I did a really close zigzag stitch, and it's crooked, but that's okay. And then I wanted to add my journaling just in one straight line across the bottom because, again, I thought, where am I going to write? I don't really have any spots left. And I was just going to go for it, but I knew I would make it even more crooked, so I got my ruler out, drew a line, and then I'm going to talk about our little family circus and how I wouldn't change it any other way. Life is never boring in our house, that is for sure. So one of the last things I'm going to do is add in some more splatters. I'm going to add some yellow and some of the teal, and definitely some more of the gold. And I do add the date stamp also, but that's pretty much it. This came together pretty quick. This video is actually shorter than a lot of my videos. I try to make them as short as I can, but I don't want to omit any important parts of the process either. So the fact that this one came together pretty quickly was impressive. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was fun to do. Definitely something different for me, but I got to use up some of those big circus carousel themed elements that I probably wouldn't normally use. But there's the final still shot. I think it's cute. I love that carousel die cut. Kim Watson designed that, and it's so pretty. It was fun to play with. But here you can see all the layers. The gold glitter elements are just gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And I actually like those animals. I think they're cute. So let me know if you have any questions about any of the kits or anything. I will be more than happy to answer you guys. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.